Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another, call it an episode, another mini masterclass around building resilience as a dream builder and a world changer, a heart-led small business owner for my tribe, the people that I love the most, so that we can start to actually tap into ourselves and make sure that we're okay when we're moving forward and building our dreams, and that we're supporting each other as well. So I'm doing this every Thursday night at 7 o'clock on the Happy Business Club Facebook channel. I'm coming at you live, unless of course you're on replay. If you're on replay, give me a hashtag replay. Please share the love. It might be that some of your friends actually need to hear this. So what are we talking about tonight? Tonight we are talking about heroes. We're talking about playing a hero versus being a hero. They are two different things. And the reason that I'm going to talk about heroes is because we need more heroes. In this day and age, on this planet, we need more heroes. And what I mean by heroes are the kind of people that catch other people when they fall, the kind of people who come and rescue people, who save people, who help other people to do better and be better and get back out there in the world and support them as well. And the people that I know, the people that are dream builders, that are world changers, that are going out there building businesses because they want to actually have an impact on the world and do these kind of things, are the heroes in our midst. And I want to kind of like bring that up because we don't recognize ourselves as heroes. And I think the reason is most of us are playing heroes. The heroes are playing heroes. And what do I mean by this? So the usual hero, the superhero, DC, Marvel, whatever. You got your Supermans and Wonder Womans and Batmans and Spider-Mans and all the rest of them. They do feats of daring do. They do lots of things with superhuman powers and superhuman strength. They wear weird costumes that recognize. They have an alter ego that's recognized and people know who they are. You know, somebody mentions Spider-Man and everybody around the world knows who Spider-Man is. He's a superhero. They know what they do. They've got a reputation. They get accolades. They get the keys to the city. You know, the mayor taps them on the back because they've banished the villains and they're so grateful. And this is the kind of feeling that we get around heroes. And this is really, when you translate it to real life, and when you translate it to how we are as business owners, a heart-led business owners specifically, the kind of people that are actually wanting to make an impact, the way that it translates is that, yes, we are heroes. Yes, we want accolades. Yes, we want to know that we are making an impact, that it's far and wide, that we're trying to help as many people as possible before we pop out our clogs. But that's not the thing that makes us a hero. The thing that makes us a hero is the courage behind it. And the courage comes from people like you, like me, not necessarily who are out there. We don't have the keys to the kingdom. We have to slog our guts out. We don't necessarily have lots and lots of followers. We're not famous. Our brand, yes, it's important, but it's not the most important thing. And what I want to do is give you two examples, two little stories today to kind of show you the two sides of this. By our very nature, as heart-led small business owners, the things that we do with purpose, with values, with heart, for impact, is the definition of being a hero. So already just the intention of going and doing the things that you're doing with a full heart means that you have the potential to be a hero. Now, it is important. It is important because you're the people that are changing the world. You're the people that are actually making a difference. And I can't stop stressing this. I can't stop banging on about it. But the thing is, when we put ourselves out into the big old world, I can't see any comments. I don't know if there is any comments. I'm not on Facebook today. I'm streaming onto Facebook from StreamYard, so I'm trying to give it a different way of doing things, me being a tech dinosaur that I am. So what we're talking about here is when we get out to the big wide world, there's expectations placed on us. So yeah, we're heroes. We're going out there and making an impact, and all of a sudden there's these expectations. We want to be visible. This idea of visibility and going out there and making an impact and helping as many people as we possibly can, and we've got to be visible is a narrative that's being fed to us. And it can be quite detrimental because it can take away from the essence of what it means to be a hero. Now, it's all very well going out there and building a business and, doing your marketing and building a brand and going out there and showing who you are and behind the scenes. Hi, Fiona. Oh, you had to come and look for me. Oh, sorry about that. I don't think I'm as organised as I was last week. I hope this is not a sign of things to come. So what we're doing is we are going out there, we're using social media, which is an absolutely fabulous tool to make sure that our faces, well, not necessarily our face, but that we're seen in this really noisy world. We're all trying to shovel in and try and get a little piece of the action. We're trying to get as many followers as possible, trying to get the engagement, trying to get the likes, going for awards, getting awards, adding to our credibility, getting the testimonials. And it feels like a massive slog just to be seen. This is not the essence of a hero. It's great if you can do it, but this is not the essence of a hero, because you don't have to have a massive wide-ranging impact to be a hero. A hero is much, much closer to home than that. So that's not necessary. And there's a good reason for that. And I know that this to be true because I have a little story that I'll tell you about in a minute. But I'll tell you a story about how you can see how it's a little bit on the daft side. It has its uses. So this week, what I've done, I think I've got something like 1,400 followers on Instagram. I'm constantly busting a gut, trying to get out value pieces. I want to make an impact. I'm going to use social media. I'll put out some posts that give some little snapshots of really good advice so that people can actually take that to heart and take it on board and make a difference. All the stuff that I'm doing, trying to make a difference. And I'm going out there and I'm showing myself, and the like. And quite often some of the posts that I try to do absolutely bomb. The vast majority of them bomb. I don't have millions of followers. I have one and a bit thousand followers that I've built up over the years. And I have some really great mates on there, and I try and do my best. But that's not the thing that's important, because what it comes down to is the heart that I bring and the way that I bring it. And it kind of like all fell out and got chucked out the water when I randomly this week decided that I was going to do a little video. I wasn't even going to do it at first. I walked past this gate that I walk past every single day, and I saw that it was open, and I noticed that there was a sign on it that says beware bull in field. And I thought it was a little bit funny that the gate was wide open. So I decided to do a video. I wasn't going to do it, and then I came back and I thought, I'll just do it. I'll just do the video and I'll post it. Just a little bit of fun. Because I'm daft like that sometimes. And I posted this, I don't know how many seconds it was. It was less than 20-second video of me talking, saying that there's no bull in this field. I'm so scared the bull's going to get me. Bull must have escaped. No. Just to be clear, I knew full well there was no danger involved. I was just being a little bit daft. Posted it on Instagram. Hi, Fiona. Like your post when I catch them, your humour is good. You got to laugh, haven't you? You got to laugh. So I just popped it on there. I didn't think anything of it. The next thing you know, all these views are racking up. I think we're up to about 24,000 after 2 days. And that's like literally something that I just did off the cuff for funsies, just because I was feeling silly. That had no relationship to anything that I was doing or any value, gave no value whatsoever. I got trolled. I got trolled off the back of it. Oh my God, I got trolls. That was fun. And all that time and effort that I spend crafting things to show people to actually help them. And then that totally bombs. That totally bombs. And it's absolutely ironic, because it just kind of goes to show that social media, in as much as we can build businesses off there, it's not the place to be a hero. It's not the place to actually have an impact. It's a place to be seen. And I think we spend too much time trying to measure the impact and measuring the impact and the accolades. And it's, oh, that's proof that I'm a hero. Not really. That's just playing the hero. That's just showing your face and making it look like you're doing certain types of work. Whether you are or not is absolutely irrelevant. So what is it? What is it that actually makes us heroes? Now, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Brené Brown. She's a well-known researcher into vulnerability and shame. She is very well known. She's had multiple award-winning books all over the world. She's got a Netflix show. If you ever get a chance, go and watch that. Absolutely phenomenal speaker, great sense of humor. And I love to read her books. And I was reading one recently, and I send myself little quotes on the Kindle. And this is something that she wrote. She wrote, shame resilience is the ability to say, so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about courage. Shame resilience is the ability to say, this hurts, this is disappointing, maybe even devastating, but success and recognition and approval are not the values that drive me. My value is courage, and I was just courageous. Fiona, you've not read any other books, just watch the Netflix. Seriously, go onto Netflix and find Brené Brown Netflix special. You will not regret it. I've watched it so many times, and it still makes me cry to this day. So it's all about, it's not about the recognition. It's not about the approval, even though that's what we need as individuals. Our hero's journey, our being heroes and the impact that we make is not down to widespread impact. It's the impact that we make every single day on the tiny little things where it makes a real impact, but doing it even when we feel fear, shame, vulnerability. And vulnerability is a big one. You know, when we're open to being hurt by things, when we're open to feeling really bad about things, and disappointment. How many times are we disappointed through life? How many times are we disappointed by the things that happen in our businesses on a day-to-day basis? Every single day we get the opportunity to be disappointed by things. And how easy is it to just kind of slip back and say, I don't want to deal with this anymore? How easy it just to get angry? How easy it to come through with this energy of, I don't want to do this? How many times have you said, I don't want to do this? But then what you've done is you give yourself a wobble, give your head a wobble, pulled yourself up by the bootstraps, put your big girl pants on, and just cracked on and done it anyway. This is the epitome of resilience. This is the epitome of courage. This is the epitome of getting back to doing the thing that you were meant to do because you value it. It is important. And when you start putting together this idea of feeling the fear, but doing the damn thing because it's important, that's when you start becoming a hero. That's when the hero shines through. And it doesn't matter whether it's one person you affect or a dozen people or 100 people, or if you have actually done something to actually change the world in some way, shape or form. And that's no mean feat, but it all starts with one person as well. So yes, get your accolades, get your face out there, be seen, be known, be your best self. But being a hero is about feeling the crap, feeling the disappointment, and doing it anyway, because it's goddamn important to you. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about a real hero. There's a lady who lives on my street, and I know her because I pass her on the school run. She comes and I'm already on my way home, and she has children in the school. She brings the children to school, and she's a lovely lady. I say hello, we have little chats and little catch-ups, and you know, we ask each other how we are, and just a smile now and again. And that's the extent of our relationship. You know, she hasn't eaten cake with me yet, but we will change that. And this lady, Jenny, found out one day that she is a foster carer. Now, to my mind, being a foster carer is a really difficult job. And the reason it's a difficult job is because when you take children on, you're expected to give them your love, your time, your devotion, your patience, everything about you to make sure that these kids are loved and cared for to the best of your ability, and certainly better than they had been in the past. But the really hard thing about being a foster carer is that it's a temporary thing. So you invest all this time and love and attention into a child who is only going to be passed on to a family, a more permanent family. And Jenny, about 6 months ago, it is a tough call, Fiona. You know quite a lot about this. I know that you do. And Jenny, about 6 months ago, was given a foster child, a little baby. I think she must have been a week old when she got her. So pretty much from being born, she took over the care of this child, absolutely loved on this child, doted on this child, sat with the child when the child was sick, did everything that was necessary, sleepless nights, along with the rest of her family as well. And there were days where I'd pass her and I just want to give her a hug, and and she was tired and she was exhausted and she looked like she was just about to fall. She couldn't cope anymore. And I'd give her hand a squeeze and say, don't worry, this will pass, it will be okay. And she'd go away and she'd be hopeful, and then the next day she'd be feeling a lot better, and we'd talk about the fact that she was feeling better. And it wasn't so long ago that she told me that she was in a really bad state because the child was going to be transitioned to adoptive parents, and it was heart-wrenching for her, because it was the letting go. It was the letting go of a child that you've cared and nurtured for 6 months, built a bond with, absolutely loved to death. And then the expectation was that you would have to give them up. Yes, for a better life. Yes, for something more permanent. Yes, for something more stable. But for Jenny, that was a letting go. That was a really emotional, devastating thing. And it impacted her family as well. Now, in my mind, the fact that she went into that knowing that that time would come, and she was still willing to do it, still willing to step up. I swear to God, it makes me cry every time I think about it, but still willing to do that because she wants to make a difference that much, not to hundreds of people, not to thousands of people, but to that one little child. One week old child, and she wanted to make that child's life better, knowing that in 6 months' time it would devastate her to let her go, and she still did it anyway. You tell me that that's not the true meaning of being a hero. You tell me that. I've got a tissue. And the thing is, she doesn't put that on Facebook. Nobody knows about it. She just cracks on and does it because that's the thing that makes a difference. And what I want you to understand is that the thing that you do is so important, even if it's one person you impact. If you go in there with the intention of actually doing everything that you possibly can to help that person and make sure that they have a better life, then you're a flipping hero. And you need to pat yourself on the back for that. You're being the hero. You're not playing a hero. You're being a hero, and that's what they do. Why am I crying? Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm such a sucker for a sad story. So I want you to remember, playing the hero is very well and good. It's great for business. It's a really good idea to go out there and be visible and make a wider impact and do your absolute best. But when you don't do that, you're still a hero. When you don't do that, you're still a hero. When you're feeling down on the ground, when you are feeling shame, fear, vulnerability, when you're feeling anger and disappointment, and you're still doing it anyway, because you know that on the other side of this, you do something that matters. You do something that's important. You do something that gives you pride, excitement, joy, connection, fun, love. It all comes down to love. When you do that, then you're a freaking hero. And we need more people like you. And I want you to never forget that. Okay, so Fiona's patting herself on the back. I'm putting myself on the back, turning up at 7 o'clock every week, this week and next week and the week after that. And the reason I do it, and the reason I want to celebrate people like you, like Fiona, like anybody else that's watching this, I want us to celebrate each other, and I want to celebrate you, and I want you to celebrate you, because when times are tough and it's really hard to see how you're going to make a difference, please know that you do. Please know that you absolutely do, and it's absolutely worth it. And one of the things that I love to do is celebrate with other people. It's the kind of thing that I'm going to be doing at my Dream Builders and World Changers event on the 1st of November in Preston. If you want to find out more about that, I'll drop a link in the comments. But what I want to do is make sure that you guys are all right. Make sure that you guys are turning up as heroes, regardless of the fact that life is shit sometimes, but you're still turning up. We're cheering you on, and we're dealing with all the things that fly at us. Whatever that might be. So next week, I'm doing this again next week. Woohoo! I know Fiona's going to be coming back next week. I love Fiona. So this is what we're going to be doing next week. Business owner, do you know where most of your energy goes? And it's about doing the boring stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. We all know about that. Oh, life's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some of it is, but the vast majority of stuff that we do is the boring stuff. How do you cope with doing the monotonous, boring stuff that drains you of your energy and still turn up and still keep doing the do? Again, we're fucking heroes, so we do it. But how do we make it better? Why do we do it? And let's put our heads back on straight and make sure that we're doing it right. So that's what I'm going to be doing next week. I'll be here at 7 o'clock next week. The Facebook page of the Happy Business Club, and we'll be doing some more stuff around being resilient, heart-led business owner and hero. Here we go. Oh yes, I know where Fiona's energy is. She says all my energy goes into my tornado. Don't know how I make a coin at all. But you get a lot of love from that little person, that little tornado. You get a lot of love. All right, so I will see you next week. If you turn up and you're a little bit late, pop yourself on the bottom, do hashtag replay, share it if you can, and then hopefully I will see you again next week.